Hello, good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Depends on when you're choosing to do your guided reading today. I hope that you had a nice Easter break at home with your family and that you enjoyed some of the sunshine that we've had because the weather has been beautiful. So, I really hope that this voice recording is working and that I'm going to be able to talk you through the guided reading session today. So, this week, our guided reading is going to focus on the book called Cogheart. Now, some of you might be familiar with this book, as I know it's one that myself and Miss Wilson have in our reading corners in our classrooms. So, hopefully, it's one that you've ever seen before, or maybe you've had a little read of it yourself. So, this is the book that our guided reading is going to be based on this week. So, the skill for this lesson is to predict what might happen from information stated and implied. So basically, that means you're going to be making predictions based on what you have in front of you. You're going to make predictions based on the front cover of the book, and I'm also going to give you the blurb as well, where you're going to extend your predictions a little bit further. Now, the part of the skill where it says from information stated and implied, you're using that front cover and you're using that blurb as evidence to justify why you think something's going to happen. So, for example, a quick prediction I might do, looking at this front cover, I can see a picture of a boy and a girl holding hands, and it looks like they're running. So I might say, I predict that in this story, a boy and a girl are on an adventure together. My evidence for this is as I look on the front cover of the book, it looks like the two characters are running in a direction. Above the characters, it also says the words a stunning adventure. So that was just a brief example of what you're going to do in the lesson today. Don't worry, we're going to go into a lot more detail, and please pause the video if I'm maybe talking a bit too much and you need to slow it down and go over what I've said already. Now, before we actually go into the lesson, the one thing I would like to kind of emphasize for a focus on today's guided reading is that I really like to see you challenging yourself with your learning. Me and Miss Wilson have been sent lots of work over the past few weeks, but we have been sent lots of work which has been done quite quickly. Now, me and Miss Wilson don't want to see work that is rushed, or we're not really interested in who sends us their work first. What we really want to see is some high quality learning where we can tell that you have really challenged yourself. So we're looking for answers with lots of detail and some good structure in them today. Now, if you'd like to share your learning with me or Miss Wilson, then please do. But you do not have to. Now, that can be for different reasons. It might be that you only have one laptop and you've got to share it with your other siblings who are home learning as well. Or it might be that you'd prefer to write your answers on a piece of paper. You don't have to share your learning with us, but if you'd like to, then we would love to see it. So let's get started, and we're going to have a look at question 1. So question 1 says, write a detailed prediction based on the front cover on what you think this book is going to be about. Include some links to evidence. So if we have a look at the front cover of the book now, what do you think this book is going to be about? Have a little look there. We can see some pictures of some houses. We've got a fox which has got something coming out the top of his back there. Looks like something that you'd maybe turn. We've got a big clock in the background. There's some characters on the front. What else can you see? What can you see on the front cover that gives you an idea as to what's going to happen? Now, when you come to answer this question, the minimum that we would expect to see for this first question is one detailed paragraph. Now, that is the minimum. For a lot of you, we would like to see a lot more. Your prediction can be based on the plot. Your prediction can be based on the setting, the characters. If you're wanting to do a lot of detail on what you think this book is going to be about, we would like to see more than one paragraph. One paragraph is the minimum for this answer. So just to go over question 1 again, question 1 is to write a detailed prediction based on the front cover on what you think this book is going to be about. Include some links to evidence. Now, at the bottom of the slide here, you should hopefully see that I've put an example answer. Now, this is something that a lot of you, if not all of you, are capable of doing. So I'll read this out to you, and it'll hopefully give you some inspiration for your own prediction that you can write down. So, I think that the story Cogheart is about a boy and a girl who are on an adventure filled with danger. On the front cover of the book, there is a range of random objects that I think they must encounter along the way. Some evidence that supports my answer is that on the front cover it looks like a boy and girl are running somewhere, and also under the name of the book it says a stunning adventure of danger and daring. I think that the objects on the cover, such as the fox or the key, are going to be important in the story, as it would be unusual for the illustrator to include these on the cover if not. Okay, Year 6. After me giving you that example answer and talking you through some ideas, I hope that's going to be enough to help you with question 1. Now, if you would like to pause the video clip here and have a go at that first question. Question 2. So question 2, we're now going to move on to the blurb. So that's the back of the book where it's going to give us a little bit more information about the story. Now, for question 2, we're going to have a look about how close our first predictions were to the actual plot of the story. How accurate were our predictions? Do we want to add anything to our predictions we made earlier? Were our predictions maybe completely wrong and that we weren't on the right wavelength at all? So, let's have a look at the blurb and then we will have a think about how you got on. Some secrets change the world in a heartbeat. Lily's life is in mortal peril. Her father is missing, and now silver-eyed men stalk her through the shadows. What would they want from her? With her friends Robert, the clockmaker's son, and Malcolm, her mechanical fox, Lily has plunged into a murky and menacing world. Too soon, Lily realises that those she holds dear may be the very ones to break her heart. Murder, mayhem, and mystery meet in this gripping Victorian adventure. So, how close were your predictions from the front cover? Were they along the right lines at all? Were they way off? How close were they? So, question 2. After reading the blurb, write a paragraph describing your predictions further. Okay, use some evidence from the blurb. So, for example, I might say, my predictions have developed further, as in the blurb, it says about how murder, mayhem, and mystery meet in a gripping Victorian adventure. In my initial prediction, I thought that a Victorian adventure was going to happen because some of the clothes that the children were wearing and the old-fashioned key. However, I didn't think that murder and mayhem would come into the adventure. This has made me think a little bit more about what these children might experience whilst on their adventure together. Full stop. Okay, what I'd like you to do, guys, is I'd like you to pause the video clip here and have a go at that question 2. I'd like it to be at least one detailed paragraph. Okay, well done, guys. Finally, we're on questions 3 and 4. Now, questions 3 and 4, they don't have to be big detailed paragraphs like question 1 and 2. I would just like a few sentences to maybe explain your thinking a little bit. So, question 3, what sort of story do you think it will be? And who might enjoy it? From looking at the front cover of the book and reading the blurb so far, is there anyone who comes to mind that you think, oh, they would love this story? Yeah, this person would definitely like it. This is similar to this genre. Who do you think would enjoy this book? Now, question 4, what might a cogheart be? Now, it's an unusual word and it's the huge title of the book right across the front cover. What might a cogheart be? If you have a go at answering those questions, guys, thank you very much for listening to the video, and I look forward to either seeing some of the work that you do or reading some of your comments later to see how you got on with your learning today. Okay, thank you very much, and hopefully see you soon.